Gentleman to Charlottesville.
Mr. Speaker, point of personal privilege. Thank you. I appreciate the comments of the gentleman from Colonial Heights, and I too share his support for the notion of a smooth transition of political power in this country. I think that's part of what distinguishes our country from many other countries around the globe. I was interested to see that even though I think a lot of people on the Republican side of the aisle might have had some trepidation about the possibility of electing Donald Trump to be our president, that everybody clapped at the end of your speech. And I guess that means that we are all Trump Republicans now. And I'd be worried about that, frankly, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Trump has made all kinds of promises, and it's not clear he's going to be able to deliver them, or that if he delivers on those promises, it's not clear how that's going to affect Virginia. I talked the other day about the impact of repealing the ACA without any kind of replacement. I urged my colleagues to sign on a very mild-mannered letter that went to the congressional delegation to express concerns. Not necessarily that you had to say you were for ACA. All you had to say was that you were concerned about repealing it without a replacement, that you were concerned about your constituents and the impacts of repealing ACA without a replacement. Unfortunately, I didn't get anyone to sign that letter from the other side of the aisle. I think that's really unfortunate, because I think you've been hearing from your constituents their concern. I had a woman come to my office today who has MS, and she talked about a bill that's in committee now that would allow some assistance for her drug therapy. She is on the exchange, and because she is on the exchange, she is able to get some help with a $7,000 a month bill for medication so she can manage her MS, so she can work and support her family. Repeal without replacement means the end of her ability to get that assistance. Now, we think of this in terms of politics, but it's all about the people. It's about your constituents. So I'm amazed that we can't join together and at least say, we're concerned. But apparently, we can't get past that political gridlock. I'm sorry for that. It is true that President Trump will be a man of action. There's no doubt about that. He did promise 34 executive orders to be signed right away. I think he got 3 done in the first day. But there's going to be more. And today, about a couple minutes ago, across the wire came a story which is yet confirmed. And we want to make sure we confirm these stories, Mr. Speaker, because you know this story about alternative facts. We want to make sure we get the facts right. There are no alternative facts. There are facts and there are falsehoods. But this story, if it's correct, should throw a shiver down the spine of every person in this room, because it is supposedly an executive action that will freeze the salaries of federal workers, or at least certain portions of them. You know what that means for Virginia. So be careful before you walk down the road with President Trump. He is our president, and we have an obligation to support him, and we also have an obligation to tell him that he's wrong when he is wrong. So in these two instances, ACA and freezes on federal employment, he is wrong, and we should stand up for those principles. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.